We bring you a story that should shake the conscience of the nation. A story of power abused, of vulnerability exploited, and justice finally arrives. This is not about one man. This is about a system that allowed him to prey on the most fragile member of society. And that happened for years. His name was David Thomason, age 65. He was convicted for multiple counts of rape and sexual assault in Black County region of England. His victim, women who were homeless, addicted and mentally unwell. Yeah, that's what he was looking for. He offered them shelter, food and drugs. Then he isolated them, abused them. Insane. The court called him a dangerous man, but I call him a predator who weaponized kindness to trap his victim to pleasure himself. We have receipts. Here's according to the Birmingham Mail. Thomason was found guilty of rape, sexual assault, controlling and coercive behavior. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison. The judge said he showed no remorse and he had a pattern of manipulation. If you think this happened just one time, then I'm sorry. We have to give you more information now. This wasn't just a one-off, it was a campaign, calculated, sustained campaign of abuse. Predators like Thomas often target the invisible ones, the ones that society has overlooked. They use dependency, yet they tell them to depend on them so they can leverage. Experts are saying this is not rare, it's just rarely persecuted. And I agree. When addiction meets homelessness, predators see opportunities. And when victims speak, they're often not believed. Well, now the question is to ask, why did it take so long to catch him? Well, here's the reason why it took so long. Victim reported abuse, but they were dismissed as as unbelievable, unreliable. Social service were underfunded, overworked and undertrained. The UK support system for vulnerable women is crumbling, as we all know it, as we can see it already. This is not just a crime, it's about a failure of governance, a failure to protect. Now, of course, Thomas is beyond bars, but these traumas will remain. Survivors are now rebuilding their lives with help from charities like Women Aid and Charity UK. They're getting some help, and of course some other institutions that are coming along. Justice was delayed, we can agree, but it was not denied. And now the survivors are able to speak, not as victims, but as warriors. And this is not just a UK problem. It's happening everywhere. It's happening in India. Women in slums face similar exploitations. In the United States, homeless shelter report rising sexual abuse cases. And globally, it's happening everywhere. Vulnerable women are easy to target, and predators know this. The question is not, how did this happen? The question is to ask, why did we keep it happening? Why did we let it happen? Because we need mandatory training for social workers. We need better funding for shelters. And we also need stronger laws for on coercion control. And most importantly, we need to believe the victims, the survivors. We need a system that listens, a system that acts, a system that protects, and not a system that waits for the headlines like these. David now is in prison, but the story doesn't end here. It ends when no woman has to choose between safety or survival. It ends when a society stops looking away. Until then, I'm going to keep asking these questions. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope these victims, again, all the support that they needed. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe for more news like this.